Design Travel Cooperative Center was organized immediately after Hurricane Katrina. We were very successful in rebuilding our community after the devastation of Hurricane Katrina. Plaquemine Parish also have a history of organizing where people organized for the civil rights movement in the 40s and 50s for the right to vote. We did many movements that were successful in the social. But Hurricane Katrina taught us there was a movement that we wasn't involved in. Other than Byron Inkeley with the Louisiana Arctic Fishermen, most of the people that's organized in our community, I've been organized for 41 years, but one thing that we lack, well, that's the movement for coastal restoration. And because of lack of coastal restoration and protection, Hurricane Katrina devastated our community because we didn't have no barriers to protect the wind surge. So we're saying that if we're going to move forward, if there's going to be a future for our unborn children, then we have to get involved with the movement of coastal restoration and hurricane protection. And to that end, Design Travel Cooperative Center started connecting children to the environment. Because if there's going to be a future in coastal restoration and protection, then we need young people to lead and be involved in that movement, to understand the need for coastal restoration and hurricane protection, or there wouldn't be in a community in the next 40 years.
Design Travelers Cooperative Center, connecting our kids to the environment program, educates and trains youth of all ages on how coastal erosion and environmental pollution is robbing their future.
And you have the restoration to restore which one was lost, right? We can kind of go back to it in case everybody is not clear. Coastal erosion. So when the water and ice take sediments away from the coast. To put it in simple terms, you won't ever forget it. It's when something is taken away, when dirt and water is taken away from the coast. And what you do is when you restore it, coastal, to repair coastal erosion, take sediments that were lost and replace them, and that are lost and place them back from which they came from. Isn't that easy enough to remember?
Yes.
To restore coastal erosion,
Yes.
right? You have coastal restoration techniques. This is the reason for coastal restoration, because of coastal erosion, right?
Yes.
So what is coastal erosion?
Coastal restoration is when you restore the land by not littering in our marshes and our wetlands.
Restore the coast and help the environment.
Restoration is when you restore the coast, which means like you be green and you don't litter and everything like that.
Restoration is when, well, actually in my opinion, means when we take everything we lost from the water and rebuild it back to the way it was before.
Coastal restoration is when you build up on your coast to preserve the land around the water so it wouldn't be flooded, so you can raise it above sea level.
Wetlands are areas where water covers the soil.
Ecosystems are when plants, animals, and microorganisms work together.
As a young man in the early 50s living in Plaquemine Parish in Phoenix, Louisiana, majority of our time as young children was spent outside enjoying the green space, enjoying our environment. We're living in a technology age right now where kids got iPads, iPhone, Wii games, Xboxes, all those things. We're saying because of that technology, kids are spending more time in time. And so what connecting children to the environment is about is making sure there's a balance between screen time and green time.
My generation will make a change. We'll make a change. We'll make a change. Yeah. This generation will make a change. This generation, yeah. My generation will make a change. We'll make a change. We'll make a change. I swear we will. I swear it's not. Yeah. Hey. My generation will make a change. We'll make a change. We'll make a change. Yeah. This generation will make a change. This generation, yeah. My generation will make a change. We'll make a change. We'll make a change. I swear we will. I swear it's not. Yeah.
If coastal erosion, emission of gas, and other toxins are allowed to continue, our children's future will be robbed.
can change the world is if we care first. How many people care?
I care. I care.
I care.
I care. I care. I care.
I care.
I care.
I care.
I care.
I care.
I care.
I care.
I care.
I care.
I care.
I care.
I care.
I care about my environment.